All right, well, let's get going then.
All right.
Sup, we in here, we're doing it, we in the studio. You know how it is. What's up, people? Blah, 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 who cares? Anyway, I'm here with Ian LeBlanc. LeBlanc.
That is correct. Well, LeBlanc.
That's a French-ass name you got there.
Is. Yeah, it's a very, very French name.
From Laced in Blue, he plays drums, and he forgot to turn his fucking phone off. Podcast is done. Fuck this.
Damn it. All right, break it down.
What's going on, dude?
Not much, man. Sweating in your home.
This is my studio. This is not my home.
Your studio.
Yeah, we are in the studio. We're in here.
It's like the sweaty podcast extraordinaire hour about to happen here.
I had you turn off a fan too beforehand.
Yeah,
like
it's noise.
Too much noise.
Way too much noise.
We still have like 3 other fucking fans going. I think I'm excited for that background noise.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good.
It'll add character or something.
Get good and close on that thing.
Get good and close.
Get good and close. Otherwise, I'll have to turn you up. Yeah, it would be
good and close.
Yeah, if you can smack it a few more times too, teach it a lesson.
This is good and close.
What have you been doing the last couple weeks?
What have I been doing? Well, I was touring with a friend's band.
Tell me more.
From Long Beach called Of Limbo.
You were on tour?
I was on tour.
With Of Limbo?
Yeah, with Of Limbo. We opened, we did 3 shows in the 10 days we were gone. Sturgis Motorcycle Rally in South Dakota at the Iron Horse Saloon. We opened for this band, Hinder.
Never heard of them.
Oh, well, Lips of a Stranger, I think is.
Lips of a Stranger.
Angel.
Sounds cool.
No, it was
Stranger's
fun. It was
lips
great. It was
on
a
an
good
angel.
time. Then we went to Rapid City, played like a small collective there.
Yeah.
And the big show was in Montana, in Billings, at the pub station. And that was with Hinder and a local band called 1 Second to Go. But that was a good one.
1 second ago.
Yeah.
Were they good?
They were good. Yeah, they're like death metal-y, like very
that
heavy.
name sucks ass. I'm sure they're cool guys, and I'll meet them one day and be like, you remember when I said your name sucks ass?
Yeah, well, they've been around for a while, I guess. They've been around for quite some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
That was fun.
How was tour? Was that your first tour?
No, it wasn't my first one. It's been my first one in a while. My first one was with a thrash metal band from high school called Vulcan. And we loaded up a van and a trailer and went all over the country for like 3 weeks, playing house shows pretty much.
That's awesome.
It was great. Yeah, I was 18. I was on probation.
You played in a thrash metal band?
Yeah. It's called Vulcan from Philadelphia. It was wonderful.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was intense. It was a lot, very fast paced. Very.
Do you come from like a metal background?
Yeah. When I was really into playing like death metal. And anything heavy like grindcore.
I've never even heard you listen to that stuff. I don't think.
Well, you know, time. And place.
Did you change or
Well, yeah. Over the years, I've gotten a little bit more away from that, but I've stuck with a lot of stuff that I learned doing it.
Of like the metal stuff,
double bass stuff, yeah, like tricky stuff. You know,
I know. Watching
now
you
I
drum
try
is
to
hilarious.
like incorporate that into other types of drumming. You know. But it can get a little convoluted.
How did you? Do you still listen to that thrash metal stuff?
Not so much thrash metal, but I'll still listen to.
I don't know. There's like a million different kinds of metal. I don't really know.
Well, yeah, thrash metal is just like really fast paced.
The like million different
DB,
metals,
kind of just like shredding riffs and gnarled guitar solos and
Who did you listen to? Name me some bands.
Dark Angel. Thrash bands that I would listen to.
Well, I don't
really
know.
know much about like Anthrax. I would listen to Anthrax a lot.
Metalheads all love getting into the fucking subgenres.
Oh yeah,
and I don't know a damn thing about it.
It's hot.
Do we need to get you a rag?
I think so.
Just like a sweat rag?
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Maybe a roll of paper towel. you can just throw it on the floor if you want. You want me to get you one?
Yeah, do it.
All right.
Because sweating is gross.
Entertain the masses.
Well. It's hot in this room, and I'm also just a sweater, so.
You are. You're a sweaty fella.
I'm a sweaty motherfucker.
Yeah. All right, we're prepared.
I'm also wildly hungover.
So am I, because we were partying too long last night.
At Echo Park Rising.
At Echo Park Rafa's. Echo Park Rafa's.
Echo Park Rafa's.
I can't believe how small that fucking room is, though.
Oh, my God. I got my feet stepped on 100 times right in between Josh almost getting into a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Douchebag.
I wasn't there yet.
Yeah, what a dick.
Good thing I wasn't
What
there,
a
too,
dick,
because I
dude.
was drunk and...
Yeah. Yeah, I was standing behind him.
I
was
would've
waiting
stepped
for him
into
to,
it.
like throw a punch at him, and I was just like, oh, God damn it. Last time I was in this situation, my chest hurt for a long time because I fell on the concrete because I was like defending my friend.
Yeah, truth is,
And it's
I
just kinda
talk a big
like-
game, but dude, I'm very good with words. So I'm like, if I can avoid
yeah.
this fight, I
I'm gonna
will.
open one of these beers.
Yeah, do it.
You want one?
After I'm done with my coffee.
See, I have
still-
3 liquids in front of me now.
Yeah, well, you can never have too many. Dude, it didn't used to, see, you weren't around for when Rafa's was like, I swear to God, man, that place had, I think we caught it, the Absurd caught it at like the tail end of when it was like
Super cool.
fucking awesome. It still is.
Still pretty sick there.
But the thing is, like, the city started messing with him and
really?
like making it hard
so
for
what
him
is
to throw
Rafa's
shows.
for people who don't know?
Rafa's is like he calls it an art lounge.
Yeah.
And if he ever saw this video, he would kill me because he hates publicity about it.
Okay.
Because he's running a totally illegal operation.
Oh, word. We should probably.
Yeah, no, it'll be in here. Don't worry about it. That's cool. But like, it's not. It's just. It's one of those. It's an art lounge where like, it's a dungeon. It's just a sweaty.
Oh, yeah.
I swear,
It's a
man.
sweat lodge.
It's like the CBGB of fucking LA. It's
Fuck
really
yeah.
cool, man. Like, and like we have a couple videos of us doing Echo Park Rising there, and it's just like insane. It's just completely insane. Like, it's one of the last places. It's one of the only places I know of in LA where a true like punk rock show can happen. Like, you can smoke inside.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like just and it just attracts the degenerates of Los Angeles.
I didn't see too many degenerates last night.
There weren't too many.
There weren't too many.
Why has no band come up named Ellen Degenerates? That would be an awesome punk rock
Ellen
band
and the
name.
Degenerates?
Ellen and the Degenerates.
Oh my goodness.
No, it's
Side project. There we go.
Rafa is also, he's kind of a kook, but he's one of the like
He's a nice
most
kook.
Yeah, he's so nice. He's
nice
so
kook.
generous. He's one of the coolest people in LA. That's where we played our first show. The Absurd played our first show there.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. And damn.
A buddy of mine had stumbled in there for some reason and was just like, this would be perfect for you. And like, our first show was to like 4 people at Rafa's Lounge. And some girls walked in, and I was like, girls! And they walked out immediately. Like, I said that into the mic, and they were just like, I'm out.
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, this is...
Someone called me out for being a girl.
This is weird.
Yeah, this is strange.
And I was like, yeah, it is.
Rafa sounds weird.
It is. It's Rafa sounds like, no, it's so the
No,
coolest.
it's awesome, dude.
But now they cut the venue space down by like half, which is like, I mean, tonight is gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably gonna die on that stage, so it's a good thing we recorded this now, so I have something to show my family. Like, hi, Mom, I'm hungover,
This is what we did.
working on getting drunk again.
I feel better. Well, I wiped my head, and now I'm feeling like I'm cooling down.
Yeah, you're cooling down a little bit.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
When did I get to know you? Where did you come from?
I came from Philadelphia 5 years ago.
5 years ago today?
About 5 years ago.
About 5 years ago?
Maybe like a little bit over 4.5 years ago. It was like March 18th of 2015.
Philly has
So
a
4.5.
great music scene. Why'd you come here?
Well, it was really just by happenstance. Like, I went through some weird shit when I was younger, and 2014 was kind of like the year that kind of turned everything around. Not to get into like, too many details, just like fucked up past with
Yeah.
substances, And when I got out of rehab, 2014, I really didn't know what I was doing, but I always knew that I wanted to go somewhere and get out of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I love the city, but it's a very...
Well, you're from there too.
I'm from there. I lived there my whole life. I was 24 or 23 at the time.
Yeah.
When I got out, and I just wanted a new start somewhere, but I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And I just started working and just hanging out and meeting other people outside of the people I used to hang out with. And, generic cliche, I ended up meeting a girl who was from LA.
Really?
Yeah. And,
Where?
she
In
was
Philly?
Yeah. Well,
You met her
I
in Philly?
on
Dear-
Facebook.
oh my God!
actually.
Did you move out here because of a girl?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it was a part of it.
Oh,
for
okay.
sure. But we actually met on Facebook, which is crazy. She hit me up on a Facebook message one day.
Why?
When I got home from work. I don't know. We had a fucking mutual friend, and she was like, "Hey, you're cute."
What's
like, blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
I was like, "Oh, cool, catfish."
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I started talking, she was cool. She came out, went to a music festival with me in New Jersey,
Awesome.
and then 3 months later, just moved into my house with her cat that I got in North Philadelphia.
That's a quick transition.
Yeah, it was very intense, but also very awesome at the time. But then after like 9 months, I got off of probation.
Yeah.
And she's like, I want to go to California. And I was like, okay, let's go.
Really?
And then I moved out with here. I'd never been to California before in my life and got a one-way plane ticket, woke up in Chino Hills one morning, and that was 4.5 years ago.
What happened to her?
Well, we ended up breaking up.
Yeah.
I moved to Long Beach from a recommendation from her, and then I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
You know, but,
how long were you with her?
Like 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you spent like 2 years out here with her.
Well, I was here for like 9 months living with her. And we were together for like a little bit under a year before that. And then I moved to Long Beach and we kept dating for like a year. But like on and off or whatever. But it just didn't work. And
do you still talk to her? She's still out here?
Yeah. Still talk to her.
What does she do?
Fuck my contact up.
Oh, nice.
She went to school for finance and got a master's degree in finance. And
Is that why you want to do finance?
No, I don't want to do finance.
Oh.
But now she works at a pot store in Long Beach.
When you were telling me you're like, I'm going to go to school for finance. I'm
What
like,
is accounting?
okay, either one. I'm like, no offense, buddy, but that doesn't seem like your MO.
No, and it wasn't. It was just me trying to figure out some sort of fucking backup plan.
But you should do whatever, like if you have a backup plan, which I don't, but if you do, I heard once Charlie Day gave this commencement speech somewhere, and he was like, I've found having a plan B often muddies up your plan A.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. It's smart, though, to probably hedge your bets because,
it really depends on what your plan A is.
Yeah.
You know?
If it's to play music in L.A., you should have a plan B, C, and D.
Oh, up until F. Dude, seriously. And that's
But
the thing,
you should have whatever your backup thing is. It should be like I feel like for you, finance would be like scratching nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, so that's why I was gonna go back to school this semester, but shit got fucked.
And your life fell apart.
Yeah, everything fell apart.
Yeah.
And it's just like tragedy, you know.
It's just tragedy from here on out.
No, it's not that bad. It's like I was gonna switch for marketing. I figured that would be a way better plan.
That would be good for you.
Yeah, because I'm already marketing for Lace and Blue all the time.
Right.
I'm more creative. I work better with like groups of people, just creatively.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did accounting because I was in school, and one of my best friends, Marco, was like, let's get some jobs, like tutoring.
Yo, buddy, let's get some jobs.
And I was just like, oh, okay, you're gonna tutor? What are you gonna tutor? He's like, I don't know, accounting. And I was like, I'll do that too.
Okay.
So we got a job in the Success Center at Long Beach City College and started tutoring accounting, and I did it for like a year and a half.
No shit.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, cool. This is a challenge. Like, I never thought I could do something like this. Now that I'm doing it, what else can I do with it?
Right.
So I kind of just thought, fuck it, I'll just do this, you know? Like,
Well, so now that you're kind of out of the finance and accounting game, is marketing? Dude, you don't have to go to school to be good at marketing. You could just work somewhere.
You don't. But it's kind of just like finish what I started.
What do
type deal.
people like? Naked girls and cool people. That's like there you go.
When you have
marketing.
cool naked girls,
naked girls are that's why, dude. Naked girls smoking cigarettes. Like, you ever see those ads from like the 70s and dude, even the 90s they were going on. Sexy girls just smoking delicious looking cigarettes. It's just like, you bastards.
But no, I mean, you don't have to go to school to do really anything. It's just
right.
School is just kind of like something that you can show to employers. Like, hey, look, I went through the bullshit. Trust me to teach me whatever you need to.
Yeah.
It's not like, you don't get a job. Like, all right, well, everything you learn in these classes, you're going to apply now.
Yeah, you're going to be using all of it.
Oh, you were able to jump through all the hoops and deal with this shit? Okay, cool. I trust you to like give you money to do something.
Right. I think one of the best examples of school that I can think of, I went to Michigan State, and my buddy was a business major. And they have a decent business school there. Yeah. And I think he graduated with like a 2.8, but he had 3 internships and he had 2 other work-related whatever. He's making well into the 6 figures now. And it's like all these people who focused on grades are like struggling because it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't.
And your grades only take you to the next level internally in academia.
Right.
But like outside,
well, that's it. Yeah, if you're looking for grad school,
look at your fucking grades.
Yeah, who cares?
They don't give a shit, dude. Yeah. Like, you got it done. There you go.
Yeah,
like, you know. What I mean?
You got the degree. Congrats.
Yeah, they'll honestly be more interested in extracurricular activities, how you were involved in the school, and just like you as a person. You know?
My extracurricular activities in school were drugs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was dope.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you know what's weird? Did you go to school?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
What do you mean, like high school or?
Yeah, did you go?
Well,
Did
yeah.
you? Were you raised under a rock?
No.
Or were you part of a civilization?
I was part of a civilization.
No, did you go to college?
I went to Montgomery County City College in Bluebell, Pennsylvania, right after high school. But I was so fucked up at that time.
Oh yeah.
I got like a 1 GPA.
How do you even get that?
Dude, it was just bad. You didn't care. I was high all the time. I didn't give a fuck about anything, missing class. You know what I mean? Just like didn't want to be there, which is like.
What's his GPA? It's a one.
It's
one.
But I'm really happy I like didn't go to a 4-year. And
Yeah.
invest that money because I would have been in debt.
Yeah.
And been fuck all, you know,
Right.
like just fucked off the whole time.
Yeah, and what are you
Right?
gonna?
So I was really happy about that.
What are you gonna use it
hindsight.
for anyway?
Yeah. But yeah, I went to that college and then I stopped and got even, more fucking lost with shit. And then
You think people? Do you think you should have a plan B?
I think it's not. I think it depends on the type of person you are.
Yeah.
You know, me, I'm confident, and I know I can do what I want to do. But also in my past, one thing I learned is have a backup plan.
Yeah.
Like for me, because that just gives me a better peace of mind. It makes me feel like, and I have enough mental capacity to have 2 things going.
Yeah. Right.
Especially with like just working.
But thinking about that Charlie Day quote, having a plan B muddies up a plan A. Like I for sure have the capacity to have multiple things going, but like I don't know if I necessarily want to.
Well, I come back to the point. It depends on what your plan A is.
Yeah.
Like
Playing music.
like say you're like a business owner.
Yeah.
And you started a small company.
Yeah.
Your chances of being successful in that compared to being in a rock band or a band in LA,
Yeah.
a little higher. A little bit, not much.
Maybe,
But
yeah.
like you're also with that, like your plan B could be something that helps with that. So
Yeah.
like in my situation, my plan A is do music.
Right.
Laced in Blue, I play with other bands out here. So I want to do studio work, like
Right.
tour, hire, drummer, whatever I can do.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted my plan B to kind of like fall in place with that. And that's why I think marketing is good. Because I'm going to have to market myself anyway.
Yeah, actually.
And if I learn more about marketing, then I can help in my own band's success with that.
How
social
hilarious
media
is that,
marketing,
too?
marketing myself.
Dude, I was talking to Connor and Will from Karma Vulture, who honestly they've both told me, we kind of learned a lot from the absurd just because me and Josh understand just like no one's going to help us. We just learned that the hard way. No one's going to help us, so we have to do everything. And it's like people are like, well, you're not developing any skills running a band. I'm like, dude, I'm way better at marketing and advertising than I ever was. Like, I'm actually kind of decent at it.
Well, people think, oh, you're in a band. That's cute.
Yeah.
They don't really get it. Until they see you like getting bigger and bigger, then they're like, "Oh, this is a real thing."
Yeah, right.
But before that happens, they're like, "Oh, that's cool. What else do you do?"
Well, that's anybody else, anybody who does anything that involves following a dream or whatever. You get treated the same way until there's some force that people can't ignore. Mm-hmm. No one's gonna take you seriously, right?
No.
Run me through. So you pretty much run Laced in Blue or what?
I'm the one that does.
You're the CEO.
I play drums.
CEO of Laced in Blue.
I don't know if I would say CEO. I do a
CFO?
lot of the networking with it. I do a lot of most of the social media.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like liaison for shows and stuff like that. Kaylee, our singer, Kaylee Robin, she helps a lot with that too. I just don't trust her with the social media.
Why not?
Because I don't like how she writes stuff on it.
What do you mean?
When you see like it's hashtag the hashtag time to hashtag go to the hashtag.
Oh, like
and
the
I'm nope.
2010 version of Twitter?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
What we all used to do before we learned?
Yeah, when hashtags were cool.
Yeah, hashtags don't matter anymore, really.
No. If anything, you'll get shadow banned if you use them too often.
Yeah, you
your
will.
shit won't get out.
Yeah, I put them at the bottom, and even then, I've considered a few times just being like, I'm not
doing it
I've
anymore.
argued with Josh about this, like
Unless you have like some solid hashtags that you spent like months
developing,
curating
yeah.
and have it in like a folder that you copy and paste onto it.
I try
when
to
you
go for
know.
those ones
I don't have
that-
time to do that. I don't
Right.
have time to look at the
No,
statistics and be like, oh, this is the time to post.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta tag this here and there. That's just to me, it's too much.
I've never really looked
Like,
into
It's
that.
too much, man. But
Well, it's like, dude, real life exists.
yeah.
Like we don't live on the internet,
Yeah.
although we do now.
And
As we
they say
do a
that,
podcast to
hashtags
put
will
on the
get
internet.
your stuff out there more, but it's like
I mean, I'll still hashtag, and I do like. There's one hashtag that I use a lot. It's Los Angeles music, it's got about like 30,000 posts. Like I go for those ones, like 30 to 100,000, because it's not so much that like if you tag something Los Angeles, that has millions and millions, and it's like
you're gonna get buried.
who's gonna see your shit?
Yeah.
Like, but if you go for like tens of thousands, that means people are looking at it, but there's not too many people looking at it.
Yeah.
I've found like a little bit of success with that.
Nice.
Although at this point, like developing an organic following on any social media platform,
Really difficult.
if not impossible, you know. And it's in part
Well,
because
they changed the algorithm.
Exactly.
They saw people being wildly successful.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we're losing money.
it's also
don't have our
like
hands in this,
it's also
so-
so saturated. It's like they should be making some money, and that's
Yeah.
fine. But
Yeah.
like when they just started meddling a little bit too much with the algorithms to the degree where it's just like I hated when Instagram changed their algorithm so that it wasn't the most recent things at the top of the feed.
Oh, yeah.
It was showing you what you wanted to see. So you'd see a post from 3 days ago, and it's like,
Irrelevant at this point.
I don't care
Yeah.
about the like if I wanted to see that, I'd go to their page, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
do you care about like what do you think's the most interesting social media platform for you as a band and
Oh, Instagram.
Instagram?
Yeah, well, I mean, our Facebook, anything on our Facebook goes just linked from our Instagram posts.
Yeah.
And I find Facebook to be obsolete in a way.
Really?
Like, they make you pay too much for advertising, and then that never does anything.
The ads don't work.
Yeah, as soon as you write, come to this,
Yeah.
it gets buried. No
I
one
don't
sees
do
it.
that, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they know. They fucking
Yeah.
know. And, I mean, if I see bands with, like, wild Facebook followings.
Yep. Who bring 3 people to a show?
Well, not even that. Well, that's the same with Instagram. Like, you see bands, and, like, the
Can
way
I
you
get
know.
the dick?
Yeah, yeah. Here's the dick.
Thanks, buddy.
The way you know a band from, like, a real following. Say a band has 50,000 followers on their Instagram, but then you go to each of their pictures and they have 100 likes on each one, 200 likes, 250.
Right.
It doesn't correlate. The numbers just don't
Right.
correlate. It's like, how do you have 50,000 people following you, but like only 200 people are liking your stuff when you
Yeah.
post it? You bought followers.
Well, I used to
Right.
back in the day when I was we had, no one helping us ever. Except one guy. I played as a hired gun in this band Braves.
Braves.
And it was just pop rock. It's really not my thing.
Pretty sure I saw the video of the Jam in the Van.
Jam in the Van?
When you had the Ray-Bans and
Oh,
the
yeah.
button-up shirt and
Pretty cool, right?
looking like a Chad.
Yeah, I was totally a Chad,
Such
dude.
a Chad, dude.
Such a Chad. And but either way, like Derek, who's the bassist from that band, he was also like the business driver of that band, was good at what he did, dude.
Yeah.
Like they had a following in New York. They brought it out here. They immediately were bigger than us. They got connected with the right people. We still kind of sucked. And like when he came I finally got him out to a show and he's just like, here's a list of a dozen things you need to change. And like, dude, man, was that helpful.
Yeah.
But like the one thing that he showed me on Instagram was like, he was like, okay, just follow people who follow you back for sure. But like, what was it? It's like you used to you follow a bunch of people to get their follow and then you just unfollow them.
Yeah.
And there used to be this app that you could get
Yeah.
to see who's still following you.
Yeah, I have it on my phone.
Really?
Yeah.
And now it's like, it's not as easy. Like people kind of caught it. They got wise to it a
Yeah,
little bit.
so yeah. The
Which
whole like
is-
follow a bunch of people.
Yeah, and
People
then-
do it to me all the time.
People
and
do it to me,
I just
too,
don't
yeah.
follow them back.
I
'cause
don't
I'm like,
either.
I don't. Number one, want to.
I don't care.
You don't interest me.
I just don't care.
Number two, fuck you.
You also
know?
get to a certain
Like,
point on
or
Instagram.
someone when they comment like,
Yeah.
nice pic.
like,
Super cool.
Like-
And you can hear the fakeness in
Yeah.
your own head when you read it.
Yeah.
It's like, get the fuck out of here.
really
Like,
just dope.
hey, cool content. If you have a second, check out my page.
Hit me up in my DMs.
No,
yeah,
I'm not
like
gonna do that.
No,
Like-
I love when I get direct messages that are just like, "Hey, man, if you'd be so kind
No.
to get like, no, I wouldn't.
No, I'm not kind.
I'm not kind on Instagram at all.
Why would I be?
Not in the least. Also, once you get to like we don't have a bunch of followers, but like when we had not even like a couple hundred, that's when it's like, okay, we got to find some strategy
some
to
sort of-
boost
yeah.
our numbers here. But then honestly, after you get over 1,000,
But at the same time, why?
Yeah,
to
because
legitimize yourself?
well, there was a
because
time-
follows directly correlate to the legitimization
There
of
was
a band or a brand.
there was a time when venues and promoters would look at your numbers on Facebook
yeah,
and
for
Instagram,
sure.
and I
For
feel
sure.
like now everybody knows it's BS.
I think so too, and I actually really like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, the more people that I see follow someone, the less I think they're like legit. I don't know. Like seriously, like you have these people. Yeah, you have 576,000 people following you and have like thousands of comments, but it's all fucking bullshit.
Bots.
And it's to sell something.
Yeah.
You know, and that's fine. But like it to me, I used to look at them like, wow, like 1 million people follow this person. That must really mean that they're a good like they're really no. It's like you're just selling something, and these people just like it's superficial, man.
Very.
Like
Yeah.
so.
Well, it's
when
all-
I see a band that has 1,000 followers, but I look at their videos, and then there's links to their
Yeah.
YouTube or like their music, and it's
Yeah.
good, and there's videos, and then you can see like what they're involved in.
Well, Instagram is all marketing.
Yeah.
And it's literally you whatever it is, your band or yourself or your shop or whatever, you make a brand out of yourself and you try to advertise that brand to the best of your ability. And like the confusing thing is that like to me, I wouldn't have an Instagram if it wasn't for my band. I probably wouldn't have a Facebook either because other than like, okay, so like doing this podcast, it's good to have people following you so that when you put it out, like, but if you're not creating something, like if you're just a dude who works
Taking
at,
pictures of yourself or something.
why do you have this thing?
Yeah.
And why are you concerned with how many followers you have? At the same time, though, I look at these accounts and I'm like, you only have 76 followers. Loser.
Nerd ass dude. For sure. Like I'm very active on my personal one.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, it's because I have fun doing it.
Yeah,
I have
right.
fun looking at the goofy shit people post. I have
enjoyable,
fun looking at the
right?
memes. I love putting on my story. Like
Memes are
and,
great.
and it's kind of like in a way, like you can make it a little artsy. You
Totally.
can put a vibe out there.
No,
like
there's
you
an
said,
art
it's
to
like
it.
a branding
Yeah.
yourself, you know, and it's fun.
I just wish it would be a little bit more fun because it's like, dude, then you get into like the fucking, political bias and all that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like, that's where I'm just like, dude, I'm sorry, but certain jokes shouldn't be off the table. Like there was like a golden era and we got to live through it. And we, of course, probably didn't take advantage of it in the right way because we didn't know. But like, you could say literally whatever you wanted and there were no consequences. Like people were saying the most fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I got kicked off. I got kicked off of a chat room. This was just an anonymous chat room. I'm a nerd. I was playing Risk online.
Wow.
With my friend.
That's retarded.
We were in the same room.
Oh wait, can I not? I can't say retarded.
No, you can't
right?
say that. Demonetized.
Shit.
What are you gonna do?
Damn.
But we just started throwing around the N-word a lot.
Yeah.
Just to piss people off.
People
It's
do
not.
that in Xbox chats.
Of course, they did that all the time.
all the time There's
because
little troll triggers.
it's
dude.
it's trolls exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's and like then at a certain point, people started to be like, "That's really offensive." It's like, "Oh, is it? I had no idea."
Yeah.
Like, dude. Now there is a fine line between like, and you can't tell online who means it and who doesn't because you have no idea who you're talking to.
You hear their voice.
But you could talk to
Even
people.
At that point, you don't really know.
You can't see their face though. You've never met these
Yeah.
people. Like, my God, I kind of miss that. Like that was more fun to me.
Yeah.
Just like the Wild West of just
Well,
like
that's what it was too. It was like no one knew what the fuck was going on.
No.
It was happening quicker than people could actually understand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I've heard some of the most bigoted shit on fucking chat rooms
Oh, it's
and
the
like
worst.
Xbox and stuff
It's
like
the
that.
worst.
I'm like 13 years old, 14. Like,
Yep.
oh,
Yeah, like
Okay.
who am I playing these games
and
with?
like I think I mean, it is kind of offensive.
It's
sure,
totally offensive.
like absolutely.
But in the same way, have you ever seen the South Park episode, the Museum of Oppression?
I think so.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
Oh, the Museum of Tolerance. It's
Oh,
it's
yeah,
called,
yeah.
It's called the Death Camp of Tolerance, I think. Which, dude, this was made in like 2013
Yeah, I
or
do
like
remember
way
that one.
before. Like they just predicted. I'm like, dude, where we're living, the society we're living in now is. I'm just kind of like, it's as if people never saw South Park. They don't remember that South Park is funny. Yeah. Like in that episode, Cartman goes through. They all go through the tunnel. And the tunnel it's just the worst words and they're just saying it on TV and they're showing up.
Oh yeah.
And they come out and everyone's horrified and Cartman's like, "Let's do it again," of course, you know, like
of course you would.
And it's hilarious. And it's like now that wouldn't be allowed, which is so much less fun.
Well, it's. I think it sucks the. It just puts everything in a box, and it makes you like have to. I mean, you should always be thinking about your actions. You should always be thinking about what you say and how, like, the intent behind it.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
But now it's kind of like it's very limiting, and it's pushing it in a direction where it's like these are the okay conversations. These are the not okay conversations.
Yep.
Never talk about them.
Yeah, you can't talk about these things.
Doing that though. Like if
well,
you can't talk about everything,
and you play
then,
rock and
and
roll,
you're just trying to like cattle.
Yeah.
Like sheep, like, cattle, like a conversation. Like,
Right.
Cattle drive it into a direction.
Herd it.
Yeah, herd it.
Sheep
yeah,
herd.
Cattle drive.
Cattle
What the fuck am I
drive.
talking about?
Drive cattle's.
When
Driving
you're trying
cattles.
to herd a conversation in one way.
Right.
Like as human beings, there's going to be a backlash to
Yeah,
that. There's
totally.
going to be you're going to push someone into a corner, and it's going to be worse than when it was when they didn't when they had freedom to do it.
I am
because now they're going to do
personally-
it in an intentful way that's going to be even more damaging because they want to fuck it up.
Yeah,
They want
exactly.
to fuck it up
Yeah.
even more. They want to be
Yeah.
even more offensive and aggressive because you're not letting them just do it on their own.
Dude, you ever, we were all kids once. Like, when you were a kid, if somebody told you not to do something, what's your first impulse?
Last week, someone told me not to do something, and I did
Do it.
very, very quickly.
You want to do it. Duh. Like, and now, like, I'm kind of looking forward to it because, like, playing rock music, like, if that backlash is there, like, I feel like there might be an audience. Like, there's a growing one now. I think something is moving in the direction of, like, maybe we'll actually have careers. Like,
Yeah.
maybe we'll be able to make some money on this. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's a dangerous direction for society to go in, but for us as rock and roll artists, it's like, keep fighting, guys.
Sick.
Keep fighting. You guys are gonna need a release, like, and EDM ain't gonna cut it anymore.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I got caught in the whole EDM scene for a long time.
Is that you went from metal to EDM?
Oh, I was listening to metal and like gangster rap in like high school and stuff.
Okay.
And then from there, like Grateful Dead came into my life.
Okay.
And that kind of like switched gears. I became like more like, okay, less aggressive. I was very sad and angry when I was younger, and I was like, I'm not sad and angry anymore. So let me just listen to like softer music and
Jack
stuff.
Johnson and
Yeah, well, no,
stuff.
I don't like Jack Johnson, but
I actually do like some
like
Jack
more
Johnson stuff.
funky stuff, and just like as a drummer, anything that had a good groove.
Yeah, right.
You know that
Right.
I could like explore on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't listen to much metal anymore, but there's definitely weeks where I'm like, okay, I'm only listening to like the old slappers, like the old bangers that like I would always just listen to, and like you just get into moods, like, and the drumming in these songs is just incredible.
It's
I don't
ridiculous.
care if you like the music or how it sounds or anything,
It's
but like
so
the
fucking-
skill that goes behind it.
yeah, but it's masturbatory.
Oh, it totally is.
That's what I don't like
It
about it.
totally is. Like
What I don't like
but-
about metal is kind of like I've made this case a few times. Like, there's no sex in it, really.
It's not about that.
But then what's it about?
Expelling aggression, I feel like
You don't.
A lot of
you expel aggression through sex.
yeah, but that's more of like a metal's not as poetic as
It's not even close. It's,
No.
it's not poetry. It's more like
well,
a
the
chess
lyrics
game.
itself can be. Like,
Yeah, they can.
but
I guess.
if you can understand them. If anything, it's like metal's really geared towards people who feel like they're left out and have a lot of like resentment and like pain. And when you hear someone else like screaming and letting it out, it's relatable. You know, it like allows aggression to be expelled from you.
You know, it's funny too. I read on a few of a couple years ago.
My friend's here.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Okay, 1 sec.
Just tell him to come in.
Come up.
Come up to the studio. We in here.
It's so hot. Why is it hot in here? Why did I drink so much last night to be wildly hungover and sweat this much?
I feel great.
It's highly embarrassing.
You look good. That shirt looks great on you.
Like glossy.
Yeah. Jazz, his friend is going to be here. Would you mind unlocking the door? Thank you.
But
No,
I
but
like masturbatory
they-
music though.
my
It's
buddy-
fun. It's
my-
fun. Why is it not fun?
depends on what
Fun.
it is.
It's great.
I don't like
It's
to watch
complicated.
people masturbate, so
You're not watching. It's not literally watching.
unless it's
Yeah,
Louis C.K.,
I'm sure.
in which case I'll watch.
Like it's not watching someone masturbate. That's like a gross, like
That's my point.
Kind of.
That's what it is, though. I'm just kind of like, all right, you guys can play really technical, complicated stuff. When I was in high school, I had a buddy who tried to sell me on it. Everybody always tried to sell me on metal. You know what I mean? Like, because they're like, you like heavy music and stuff. You should like metal.
What's your apartment number?
Tell him 5. It'll be funny to watch him at 6. Everybody, I don't know. I had this buddy try to sell me on it, and some of it is cool, dude. Like, I'm not like a total metal hater, but like,
Well, some of it's really, really bad.
I looked into a lot of it too, though, especially this like Norwegian black metal.
That's where I draw the line,
dude.
That's where I draw the fucking line.
These people work in offices, like they're just financial investors and whatnot,
and then they go and put their corpse paint on.
In the nighttime, they become vampires. Yeah, it's.
I kind of draw the line there, and I don't actually find that music to be enjoyable.
Why do you draw the line, though? I mean, like, what's the difference?
It's like a cosplay in a way. It's like a
it's like an alternate reality.
It's just corny to me.
It is super.
That
corny.
shit is like they're trying to be so like evil and metal, but it's just corny.
Metal's corny to me, though.
But like then you have bands that like fucking Veil of Maya. When they first came out, it's technical, but it's so melodic. It has
What are they called?
Veil of Maya.
Veil of Maya.
Yeah, and they're
what is with the metal names? Metal is just so metal. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is.
It's
That's
so
exactly what
metal.
It's definitely like an image thing too. It's like a
metal still has like an industry too.
oh, it's huge.
That's funny.
It's huge.
Like we're struggling trying to play our like
still touring the world. So is
hilarious.
Metallica. So is
Metallica had a mainstream following.
Well, yeah. Well, they went more into like the.
I don't consider
it's like metal pop.
Well, yeah,
it's like poppy metal.
People think that Black Sabbath was like the first metal band, and I'm like, I see that, but
Blue Oyster Cult probably.
But neither of those bands are metal. Though.
Well,
That's
when
the
they
thing.
came out, they were pushing the envelope on that line.
Yeah,
that was considered metal.
But in Black Sabbath and Blue Oyster Cult, there's sex,
Yeah.
and at a certain point, metal just became like douchebag nerds playing for other dudes.
Oh, it's definitely nerds.
Boo.
It's definitely nerds.
Boo.
Well, not everything has to be about sex, you fucking pervert.
It does for me.
Yo, duh. You only brought it up 3 times. No,
Well, that's my problem with metal, though.
Yeah.
That's like my big issue is like I just don't. I guess you could say soul.
Ben, have you ever thought maybe you're just not good enough to play it, so you hate it?
No. No, I've never. I just.
No, I get it, man.
I look at it. I'm like, I'm good.
No, I get it. It's just the drumming to me is it's so much fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's the most fun. I mean,
Well,
next
Mike,
to funk
you know-
playing or like
a liquid tension experiment.
no.
Dream Theater.
Yes.
Okay, it's Dream Theater minus the singer, which is way better than Dream Theater because Dream Theater's singer fucking sucks. So it's basically all the musicians from the band were like, dude, what's up, buddy?
Hi, Kyle.
Not bad. Hey, Kyle.
We're doing a podcast.
Podcasting and stuff.
Music.
But yeah, like Mike Portnoy is the drummer from.
Oh yeah.
I used to
incredible.
Yeah, I used to really get down with that dude. Like I can listen to that. Like so when I listen to Liquid Tension Experiment, like I know what I'm getting into. I'm listening to a kind of masturbatory sort of just avant-garde metal blah blah blah, which is like fun, but it just can't be my favorite music.
Well, to me, dude, there's a lot of fucking rock bands that are like, I look at them as just divas.
Really?
Yeah.
Like who?
Fucking Motley Crue.
what do you-
fucking
yeah, they are.
that whole era of like music and metal's corny, but what the fuck was that?
I mean, it's not my thing.
I know it's not, but like that's like where like that was rock and roll back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, some of
Like-
those bands were good.
What are you fucking doing? This is the corniest thing I've ever seen in my life. But like
Right.
they get taken so seriously,
Right.
and that blows my mind.
I don't
you know?
think actual music aficionados take Motley Crue terribly seriously.
I would probably agree with that.
The guitarist in The Dirt, that movie. Did you see that movie? It was fun. It was stupid, but
It was
it's fun. Yeah.
It was good, I guess. I didn't really like it.
I didn't like Motley Crue to
I
begin
thought
with,
it made a corny band even cornier. To
Totally.
me. Like,
Totally. Yeah.
Especially with fucking Machine Gun Kelly. Oh god, what a dick!
that was weird.
What a dick!
That was
I don't
weird.
like that guy.
Yeah, I don't
at
need it.
all.
Yeah.
Like anyway,
I don't know
fuck
anything
you,
about
Machine
him,
Gun Kelly.
but he's not a good actor.
No, he's not even a good rapper. He's just I don't know.
I thought
whatever.
the movie accomplished like what it needed to. It's fucking what do you call them? Motley Crue. Like,
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, anyway, okay. Laced in Blue. Tell me origin story of Laced in Blue.
Origin story of Laced in Blue. Okay. Well,
oyster
I moved
story.
to Long Beach, and I wasn't able to I didn't have a drum set.
Right.
For about a year at this point because it's all back.
Have you been drumming your whole life or what?
Since I was 6, 7, so like 22, 21 years.
Did you take lessons or?
Yeah. I got lessons from a guy named Roger Cocking from my church when I first started in his basement for like years. And then I joined something called School of Rock, the Paul Green School of Rock.
I know
and I
School
did
of
that
Rock,
for
I had a buddy who taught
a
it
while, from
Colorado.
like 12 until like 18.
Oh, okay.
And did a bunch of like all the metal shows and
So
everything
you've been
for
drumming
that.
forever. Okay, so origin story of Laced in Blue.
So yeah, I moved to Long Beach. I didn't have a drum set or anything, and I just really wanted to find someone who had all the equipment I needed, I knew Long Beach had a pretty poppin' music scene. Like, I went to some shows. I was like, I want to play music. I've been doing it. I've been in band since I was like, 13, 14.
Yeah.
And my ex had a friend from NorCal, and it was his birthday on St. Patrick's Day, and this has to be, this is 2016, I want to say.
Yeah.
2016 St. Patrick's Day. And we went to a bar called Iguana Kelly's in Long Beach.
Iguana Kelly's?
Iguana Kelly's, yeah. So we met up with him, and I walked in, and we were hanging out, and then there's this guy who's really drunk, and his name is Jerry, and he came up all bubbly and talking, and, oh, you know Will, oh, cool. Like, so I guess my ex knew this guy, and he has known Kaylee, the singer, and like Kimmy from Long Beach from like some other separate thing in his life. I don't know how, whatever, they knew each other. So we come in, I'm talking to Jerry, and we're talking about music. He's like, oh, you play? I was like, yeah, I'm a drummer. He's like, oh, well, I'm looking for a drummer for this thing I'm in with my girlfriend. Like, fucking blah, blah, blah. And
He was
okay.
dating Kaylee?
Well, I think at the time they were. Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
For a little bit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, not many people do. But,
Trivia.
yeah. But,
Hashtag it.
so we're talking, and he's like, I have like a drum set. I have everything upstairs. And he lived upstairs up at the bar.
Oh, nice.
So he lived on the one side, and then on the other side of the stairwell, Kaylee lived there. So they lived right across the hall from each other.
Nice.
So it was like fucking 1:30 in the morning, 2 in the morning. We went up there, and we could jam all night because it was above a fucking bar.
Badass.
So we went up and we started jamming, and he was playing like really like heavy and fast and like shit that I was like, oh, yeah, I know this music. You know what I mean? It's like, I haven't been in like a style of band like this in a while. Like my last one was like a Grateful Dead cover band called, well, it was like an original band, but we turned pretty much into a Dead cover band.
How long
it
ago
was called
was all
Space
this?
Berry Jam. Like
How long ago was all this?
when I met Jerry?
Yeah.
This is 2016.
Okay.
St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
So like 3.5 years ago.
All right. You already said that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Then I smoked pot. And I forgot.
But yeah, so I met him. We were up there jamming, and he was like, oh shit, like fuck, like do you want to join this band? I was like, what's it called? He's like, Kaylee and the Jays. I was like,
Boo.
oof.
Boo on that name.
Yeah, it was awful.
That is a terrible
So he
name.
goes in and gets Kaylee, like wakes her up. Like,
Kaylee and the Jays.
oh, it was the worst, dude. Yeah.
Why?
I was like, okay. Well, I guess because like it was Jerry and the other guy's name was something
No,
with a
I
J.
get
and
it.
There were J's involved.
That's
and
still just a terrible.
Yo, it was the fucking worst, man. And like, so we started practicing, and I met Kaylee, and they had these songs that they were doing acoustically together, and I started like, playing with them, and then we wanted to get a bass player, and we would hit up Will.
Yeah.
'Cause I guess Jerry was like, oh, I know this guy that I met, and he plays guitar, and we'll just tell him to bring a bass or something, and Will would be like, yeah, I'll bring a bass, and showed up with a guitar every time.
Dope.
So we're kind of like, oh, he doesn't want to play
He
guitar.
doesn't play bass.
Or bass, yeah.
He keeps saying he'll bring a bass,
Yeah,
but
so like, and then,
does he know what a bass is?
yeah, he plays it now.
Oh, that's cool. Cool. Now he plays the Fender 6 or whatever.
Well, no, he's also playing a P bass now for a lot of
Oh,
stuff,
that's right.
too.
Yeah. Anyway.
But, so we started, one day we were just in a room, started like working on Get Your Fix.
Yeah.
It's the first song we recorded.
Yeah.
And it was cool at the time. It was like very different than the music I've ever played. And to be 100% honest with you, I was kind of just like, I'm going to have to get used to this. You know what I mean? And put a spin on it, or like try to make it a little bit more my thing.
Something. Yeah.
But I didn't know what to expect. I was just happy to be fucking involved.
Yeah,
I was
right.
happy to be able to. They lived like 5 minutes from my house. They had a drum set.
You got here in 2015, right?
Yes. But I was in Chino Hills until February 1st of 2016.
Did you do any band stuff before Laced in Blue in LA?
Nope.
No, okay.
Nothing.
So you were just happy to be.
I was just happy to be involved.
Yeah, that's good.
You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, we started practicing and stuff, and I fucking hated the name, and I'd be like, okay, I'm in the band called Kaylee and the Jays, and we're playing blues rocky something.
Maybe you'll make $100 at a bar someday.
But the songs were good. I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like, even if it wasn't my thing at first, like it was really fun.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, cool. So we kept going. Kaylee and Jerry were dating, and then it kind of went rough. And it turned into a point where it was just like, without getting into much detail, it was kind of like me and Will looking at each other like, should we cut and run? Because this is weird. But like at this point, we've already played like our first show, and it went well.
Yeah.
And like we were playing, and we started getting gigs. Kaylee is very good at like talking and networking with people, like, and getting good stuff at the time. I didn't know anybody.
She's a sexy lady.
I had no
leg
to stand on, you know. So, and I didn't really know anyone, so I was just like really prude.
Why is white male privilege the fucking meme right now? It should be pretty girl privilege. They have all the privilege.
Oh my goodness.
They get whatever they want.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we no, you have a point. But so yeah, we started playing, and you know, they ended up breaking up, but like we were having so much fun that they were kind of just like, let's just keep doing this. You know, like let's just be adults about it, and we work well together, and let's move past it and just fucking.
You guys are fun to watch.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just like, cool, because I like this. I like you guys. We're becoming friends really quickly. You know, having a lot of fun, and I started actually liking the songs. The more I was involved, and the more like they started changing a little bit. And then I was like, okay, I can really get into this, because like there was heaviness, but there was also a lot of smoothness, you know, and like soulfulness to it.
Yeah, right.
So instead of being on an extreme of like metal, or the other extreme of just like Grateful Dead cover music and funk, it like came together, and now it's forming something that's really cool. It's like very heavy. It's like I call it progressive blues rock, because like it has a stem of like blues. Like Kaylee's voice is definitely soulful.
That
bluesy.
One song that you guys recorded some stuff at 4th Street.
Yeah, we're in 4th Street.
And that song, I don't know what the name of it is, but it changes like 3 times. Like it changes. I think it changes tempos. And it changes vibes.
I Do What I Want.
Yeah, and you didn't. Yeah. Which is a really fun song to see live too.
Yeah.
You guys didn't do it to a click either, did you? That's pretty crazy. It's not out yet, but it will be. And
just waiting for it to get finished. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs we've written. And that. Really
what do you guys have left to do with those?
Just mix them.
They're not mixed?
No.
Why?
Because we're waiting for Andreas.
Where the hell is he off in Scandinavia or something? Sweden? Where's he from?
He'll be back soon.
Some European
land.
He's got such an obnoxious swag about him. I know. I love that guy, but like, damn you.
Yeah, it's just going a little slow right now too, because we're on a little bit of a break. Kaylee went on a long trip to go see family and like friends, like which is needed for her.
Right.
You know, especially living in LA, you need to get the fuck out for a little bit.
That's something that's always really, really, really hard for me to juggle. Is like, you have to not go crazy.
Yeah.
And you have to maintain your own life.
But any day you lose out here is like a week.
Exactly.
And it's been hard for me like recently too, because like that's why I'm playing with Mannequin Skywalker. That's why I played with Beowulf whenever that.
Well,
happened.
until you get to like
went on tour with Of Limbo. Like, I can't stop. If the band stops for a little bit, that's cool. But I can't.
You showed up. I can't believe you've been here for 5 years, because the first day how we met is just awesome.
Oh yeah, that's a great story.
So we had a show booked at Harvell's. Why were we on the same bill?
So it was Chase Petra, you, and Mahi something.
Mahi Gato.
Mahi Gato, and then
Keisha's
Chase.
band?
Yeah,
she's cool.
And then Chase Petra, who I actually didn't know I knew until I met Hunter, that we actually worked in the Success Center at Long Beach City College tutoring.
And I had the Success Center?
Yeah, the Long Beach City College Success Center, and she was his tutor, SI there too.
I think
and I guess I met her, but I just didn't remember.
If you're showing up to the Success Center,
you see this face, and I'm like, hey, welcome. Welcome.
It's not the Success. It's more like the Failure Center. Like, you need a tutor.
Well, no, we're going to get you to success.
Oh, you know? Cool.
It's the Center for Success.
Cool.
It's not like only for successes.
All right, so we had a show booked at Harvell's in Long Beach.
Yeah, and Chase Petra couldn't do it. Someone, I guess, they were looking for the replacement band.
They requested you.
I just got a message like, hey, someone recommended you guys. Can you play a Monday night at Harvell's, and we were like, fuck a Monday, but we've wanted to get into that venue, so sure, of course, like.
And we're super tight with Harvell's in Santa Monica.
Yeah. Well,
so
you guys had booked a show with that idiot promoter.
The idiot. And so we show up, and we're all standing outside.
And it's like, the show starts, at 9 p.m., and it's 8:30, and the doors are locked?
The doors are locked. No one's there. We called the lady, and she's just like, oh, sorry, guys. And we're like,
we forgot that we booked the show, and we don't have any bartender coming down.
Cool. Sick,
yeah, our
bro.
shit's on the sidewalk right now.
But instead of us just going home, you were like, you guys want to, like, see Long Beach?
Yeah, well, we came all the way down from L.A. I was awake, you know. Like,
dude, you are... Where do we go? You
we
took
went
us
to V-Room on 4th Street, yeah. Went to V-Room, and then we went back to my house and played with my kitten and had a fire.
Oksana.
Oh,
she rules.
She's the best.
Dude, you're unique in that you are somebody who I feel like I've heard it from multiple people too. And I thought I was the only one. I thought we had a special bond. And then I heard from other people. They're like, yeah, I met him. And then immediately we were like really good friends. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. He's my good friend.
Well, there's enough of me to go around, I swear.
No, there's not. No, I need all of it.
Yeah, but I remember that night because I was just like, fuck, really? Like, they forgot? And you guys, you were like, what the fuck? We just drove all the way down here. I was like, well, don't go home. Let's go get fucking some drinks, dude.
It's also, it's so rare, though,
if anything, it was selfish. I wanted drinking friends that night.
Yeah, so right.
It wasn't about showing you a good time. It was like, I need people to go with.
Company.
I need company.
I really don't want to drink alone. Jerry doesn't count. It is really rare, though, I find, in life in general, but in LA, because the thing is, like, it's hard to get to know people here because no one shows who they are.
Yeah.
Except for the good people.
Well, you know, I don't know what I think is the reason why I'm able to, like, meet so many people and, like, actually have friends and stuff like that is because I open up.
Yeah.
It's because I'm right off the bat very honest.
Exactly.
So you know exactly what you're getting.
Yeah.
You know, other people are... They have a separation because they're so used to just people telling them what either they want to hear, what they want to show, and never really get into it, or get deep with it. And it's just always like, oh, yeah, they're my friend, but like, are they your friend or is like the person that's always at the party?
It's the LA thing.
It's like
people feel like they need to play the game and they need to have this veneer so that they...
It's like all the coolest people from their hometown came to LA with an idea of what cool was, and now they're all trying to figure it out.
Well, they're also... It's like, dear God, I didn't know I was stepping back into middle school when I came to this city.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Jesus Christ! Like, just tell me.
I love it, but I also fucking hate it.
Yeah, it's also a constant love.
That's why I love Long Beach.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it in Long Beach.
I mean, you're lucky.
I mean, Long Beach sucks. Don't come.
Yeah, you don't want to attract people there.
Long Beach is terrible.
That's the problem with LA.
You will
LA
get shot. Get shot. Don't come to Long Beach.
LA was probably Long Beach blows. Don't go there. You'll get shot. It's bad.
It's really just terrible.
Or you'll be addicted to heroin.
Come to our shows. Come to our shows.
Not in Long Beach, though.
No, in Long Beach.
Oh,
and then get the hell out.
Okay, yeah, then
you can crash on my couch.
Yeah, but then leave the next day. Unless you're really cool, then crash on the couch again. Dude,
LA was probably cool once.
That's what I mean, is like at a certain point, right before it was too, because at this point, it's just crowded.
Early Hollywood era.
It's
like,
crowded.
Dude, that was probably so much fun.
There's just homeless.
Wildly racist, but probably so much fun.
Probably super fun. We're white, so it would have been fine.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Well, yeah, but it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, you ever drive along? I did this the other day. We were coming up to a checkpoint, like right before we got on the 10, and Jess is like, I don't want to go through it. I'm like, no, it's cool. I'm wait, we got this.
And what happened?
Excuse me, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. That's what happened. We drove right on through.
Oh my
I've
God.
been to. You ever driven back from San Diego to? You just drove up from San Diego to L.A. You ever see those checkpoints on the 405?
Oh yeah,
they're like immigration checkpoints.
Yeah, the actual like structure that you go through.
I was drunk driving, and I was like, oh shit, DUI checkpoint, and they're like, nah, go ahead. I'm like, not an immigrant.
I don't know.
If
is that a DUI checkpoint, or that's just like the border checkpoint, right?
No, it's
Like,
sometimes
some
they
type of
do
border
have
thing
DUI
because of the,
checkpoints, but they
because
also
of the
have
military base.
They have
right
immigration
there.
checkpoints.
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
Well, you look like a descendant of an immigrant, but not like a status quo.
I'm not like immigrant, that you're worried about. So like,
Yeah.
I look like I have a job.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
What with my long hair?
Where we got wildly
I
sidetracked.
look employed. How you are such a darling person.
Oh.
That is what we were talking about, though, because what were you doing before you got involved with like the West Side thing and the
Playing
scene?
shows in Long Beach and figuring out how we break out.
Were you coming up to LA though, or no? Because I feel like you came up to LA and immediately everybody knew who you were.
I never really hung out in LA much unless I was going to like a concert, and like this was like electronic music scene concerts, like bass music, and like I knew people. In
So
that
what changed?
Scene, but like I didn't really like. I liked all of the people that were my friends in there. Like they're fucking amazing, but I didn't really like the scene. Like it was just too hard to like. If someone who's so outgoing like myself, it was too hard for me to make friends there.
Yeah, it's a hard scene.
So I was just kind of like, I don't want to do this. Like I like the music,
Yeah.
but I'd much rather not be here.
Well, so
You know
like
what I mean?
so you met us.
I never hung
And
out
then
in LA. What I'm
immediately
saying
you're
is,
like,
I never hung out in LA really ever. I had no friends in it.
Yeah.
I had a couple like my friend Jenny lived up here.
Yeah.
Some people on like the east side, but never had really any friends in LA. And I would just stick in Long Beach. And then,
So was
we
it
met
through-
you,
was it
and
through meeting us and you're
We
just like,
played at
all right.
like the 5-Star Bar and
I hate
the
that place.
Redwood Bar
I-
and the Lexington Lounge or whatever.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Just
all
3
shitty
shitholes.
places to play. Like, you know,
Shitholes. Yeah.
didn't enjoy it. But I was going up to like Pasadena Grateful Dead night, the Grateful Dead family,
Okay.
and in LA they have an LA Dead night. So I was doing like the only time I was in LA was going there.
How did we start hanging out? Because I know like
Okay,
after
I'll
that.
tell you exactly what happened.
Okay.
So we met you.
Okay.
And then you came to my house, and then Josh booked us on the Harvell's last November.
Oh.
And that was the first time you guys met Kaylee, or like everyone met Kaylee. Everyone.
I haven't
met
even
the
known
band.
you for a year.
No, it hasn't been a year. I was talking about this last night.
What?
Yeah. So what happened was we played that show, and then we went and partied.
I feel like I've
at,
known you for like years.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's insane.
But like, so yeah, we went and partied at Leo's friend's house with the pool and the hot tub. Not important, but like I went there with Josh, but you guys weren't there. And then I met all the West Side homies there at the show, but also for that. But like the rest of the band didn't stay.
right.
And then I crashed here after that.
Ah.
And then we hung out the next day, and I was just like, oh, these guys are cool. Like, I already knew you guys were cool because of the conversations and hanging at my house.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I really like his house too. Okay, I'm gonna come hang out here.
Yeah,
again.
like the
so
vibe
then, like, I
works.
just came,
Yeah.
it just kept coming up.
Yeah.
And then Josh would be like, come up and sleep on the couch. I'd be like, all right. And I started going to the shows. We played a little bit more shows with Lace and Blue, and I just liked the scene. I liked everyone I met.
Yeah.
And it was like finally met people in LA that I could actually fucking stand.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Well,
And, like,
that's so when we moved here, because I moved here with Josh, we were both. I mean, we're still losers, but we were even more obviously losers then.
Yeah.
Like I had short hair and I wore button downs and was like, "Hi, my name's Ben. What's your name?" You know, like it was just lame. And like, it takes a while,
to fucking grow into yourself in a new scene like this.
especially in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Like it takes time.
Well,
and it
dude, you
takes
should have seen me when I
real
moved here. I
effort.
was hair down to here, only Grateful Dead tie dyes or like Sacred G shirts.
Dope.
You know,
I've never seen
fucking
anybody
my
who looks like
glasses,
that in Los Angeles.
hair and pants. I had a fanny pack the whole time, and I would go into my business classes
Yeah.
at Long Beach and sit in the front row.
Yeah.
And then like join business club, and I was just like, I looked like a fucking dirty wook. Not like that bad, but like,
No,
a little,
you're-
like, I was
you-
like, okay, there's the guy who like,
You have the book within.
yeah. So I was just like sitting there and like, I'm like, this is uncomfortable. Like, I feel like an idiot right now. Like,
Dude, see
and then
that's
I went to this one festival in 2016, ended up having like this existential like kind of breakdown with everything and that. I was just like, I feel like I'm not being myself. Like, I feel like I'm trying to fit too much in with something, but like I am kind of a sponge of a person though. I'm very easily influenced. Not to say to it like a fault, but
which is
like,
funny because of how strong-willed you can be. Like you're obviously an independent guy with motivations of his own, but I have noticed like you can be spongy.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I just felt like I was losing my whole identity. I didn't even know
Yeah.
what it is, but I felt it just wasn't feeling right.
Right.
And then like I went to Long Beach, started changing and stuff, and thank God, because I just feel more comfortable.
Yeah, right.
But still, it's like when you're in a scene, like people dress a certain way, people act
Totally.
just a certain way.
Totally.
And I don't care how spongy or not you are, like it's gonna rub off on you eventually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when you're involved.
Yeah.
Like not just going to the parties, but involved in the whole thing. Because
Yeah.
like the whole thing is a brand, and
Yeah.
it attracts to other stuff. Like other bands in the same brand are gonna come together or in the same world. And when you're putting it on, it's like there's a vibe and image that's pushed out.
Yeah,
you know?
well, that's so we
But
that's
with this scene, the West Side scene that like I found is really not like that.
the
Like,
idea
it's
is
the
to be
least-
apart from it,
Dude,
you
it's
know?
like the least pretentious looking
Mm-hmm.
and acting like scene that I've been in.
Yeah,
Straight up. Like people do not give a fuck about having an ego on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll come out a little bit when you have a good show or like you're
sure.
just having fun. Yeah, sure, it's there. It's not like ego death or something like that, but like it's not
every
it's
West
not
Side
ri- it's
Revival
not-
show,
it's not
you will
ridiculous.
experience ego death. That's not something I'm interested in.
Yeah, I know. It's
I
like-
got in
but
there
it's
on DMT and ketamine. I don't need to get there
No,
again.
but it's just like it's not as in your face, dude, and that's what I really liked about it. So I kept coming up. So to answer your question, how do we start hanging out? I just inserted myself on that couch. Over there.
I'm asleep here.
Yeah, like oh, is this cool? I'm like already laying down.
What's up, Ian? When did you get here? Yeah, I've been sleeping here for like
And then with the
days.
job I had, it was like I had work at 10 in the morning, so it was like I would just like leave early and go to
Right.
work. You know,
Right.
it just worked out.
You
And,
don't want to move to LA? You should.
I don't. I don't want
should.
to. I like the breeze from the beach. The weather in Long Beach is
Move to
great.
Santa Monica.
It's low key. I don't think
Super affordable.
No, it's not. Fuck that, dude. No, I like Long Beach.
It's actually-
I got a good thing down there, and if I ever need to be in LA, it's only like a $20, sometimes $10 Uber,
Or
like,
sometimes 70.
sometimes, and you just wait until it goes back down. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. It's too much that goes on here. It's too
Yeah, it's insane.
like Long Beach isn't that quick. Like Long Beach is
No, Long
really,
Beach is like normal people.
yeah. It's easy. It's
And
like
heroin
it's still
addicts.
well. You don't see that.
That's why it's slow.
You don't see that.
So
Like, yeah,
everybody's
you see
addicted
them
to
on the
heroin.
like, but like the scene of people there, like they're not doing anything crazy, dude. Like
Except for
most,
heroin.
most of the bar people, like and like
No, they're
younger people, but
pretty-
like yeah, there's homeless people everywhere that are doing shit. Like
Oh, it's
you know,
LA.
or just drug addicts everywhere that you go.
Yeah.
But Long Beach has a slower pace.
Wait, is this your first? Was this year the first year you went to Echo Park Rising?
No, I went last year. I was
okay.
at the Echoplex and Echo for
Really?
most of it, but I also went over to the barber shop.
How would you, having been there for 2 years now, and we're gonna go there in a little bit,
Yeah.
contrast that with the West Side Revival thing? Like, what do you see the differences as being?
It's bigger, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it's still DIY, you know, unless you're
Yeah.
at like Echo or like the stages they build.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, the production's there. That's another difference. They have production and money. And I think the scene, like, it's different. Like, when I came here, when I first started hanging out in LA, I knew that the East Side or like, you know, Echo Park, Silver Lake, that's where music was.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
I never thought about Santa Monica. Like, I know, when I thought about
Neither
Santa
did I.
Monica and stuff,
Yeah.
I thought, you know, older, like old school, like music, like that's where it got a good start in the 70s. Like,
Yeah.
You know, but I never thought about the local scene that was happening now.
Right.
So,
I
but
just
the differences between them are, it's more, I feel like it's more of a popularity contest out in Echo Park and like Silver Lake.
totally. Well, it's more.
know?
It's douchier.
It's right in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, douchier. But
LA.
is that a bad thing? I'm not so sure.
Well, I was
it's
telling-
something that like I could like, you know, who knows? Like, I don't know. You got attention. You don't know how you act
Yeah.
after a certain point. Is it wrong for them to do this? Who am I to say? It just, I like the solace of the West Side
Right.
scene a little bit more.
I was telling somebody yesterday though, like, and this goes to what we were talking about at Sushi earlier, with the like, I want to see the West Side thing grow. I want to see West Side Revival become something bigger. But even if it remains what it is, I want it to have success stories.
Yeah.
Basically, like
Yeah.
I want for there to be a couple bands who
Well,
are like,
I think it'll
where
happen,
did you-
man, because like
Yeah.
it's growing every time.
But what I'm saying is like I can't remember who I was talking to. It was like, but I was like, if you want to like have credibility or something, you have to do something kind of big on the East Side. Like you have to.
No, absolutely.
You have to-
you have to bring what you started.
Those people
like,
have to know
whatever
who you
scene and
are.
brand you started, you have to bring around. And
Yeah.
at that point, you just take the name with you.
Yeah,
You know, It
exactly.
doesn't always have to be in that same location. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be run the same way.
Well, that's why
You
we
know,
did.
like-
We did. I mean, so before
It's
the
a showcase. And
Exactly.
a showcase doesn't need, unless you have like a home theater.
Yeah.
And that's really like worth it. Like Harvell's fucking love the place. Not my
Yeah.
favorite place to play.
Dude,
You know, but
before-
like I love being there.
the vibe is great.
You know, the vibe's awesome, and it makes up for it.
Before the
But,
West
like-
Side Revival thing started, our strategy was play as often as possible in as many places as possible
Mm-hmm.
that we can get to reasonably. So we would play everywhere,
Yeah.
but we would focus on the East Side because that's where you got to focus.
Yeah.
So like then the West Side thing came up, and it's like, okay, well that's perfect and convenient. Now there's people to play to on the West Side.
Yeah.
What I don't like is this attitude of just like, yeah, this is the shit. Like there's some people in that scene who are
What,
just
East
like,
Side?
no, on the West Side, like there's starting to be, and and those people should exist because like, you know, if you have any reason to be proud
Yeah.
and enough people are interested, you should have those people. You know what I mean? But like, fine, but like keep growing it and expanding it. Make it. I want for West Side Revival to become something that actually rivals the East Side scene.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think that frankly, there's just not enough venues and there's not enough.
Oh,
of,
no,
like,
you
a
want to know what
block.
it is? People in LA are not willing to travel.
They won't go to the.
They won't even go to from the
People
east
are
side to the
it's a-
fucking west
It's a
side.
half-hour drive.
I'm like, dude, what?
It's
Are
a
you
half
kidding me?
hour.
I'm like, yo, come to Long Beach. You're like, what? Long Beach? I'm like, dude, it's 8 o'clock. There's no traffic. It's gonna take you 40 minutes. You can't sit in a car for 40 minutes.
I mean,
Fine.
LA is all about travel. Like
Yeah.
if you don't like sitting in a car for an extended period of time, don't live here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because
And there's
even
no subways or anything.
from 2 till 8 every weekday, getting 2 miles takes 30 minutes. So
I finally stopped sweating. Look at that.
nice.
I know, I feel
Dude,
like-
that's why I think that might be why podcasts exist, by the way, just because LA.
Oh yeah, because LA traffic.
It's like,
People
what
just
the
had all the
fuck
time in
do
the
I
world.
can't listen to any more music,
Yeah, I've
man.
listened to
Like
every song ever. This
They
drive,
do.
this one drive today.
yeah. Pipe down over there. Goddamn.
But
We'll leave when I say we leave. That's a good point.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it.
but yeah, the West Side scene could. I just think that there's more venues on the East Side though.
Huh?
Like look at Silver Lake and like Echo. Like there's like venues all over.
That's
the
what I
East
mean.
Side.
There's
It's
no
more accessible to be having more music happening at multiple locations over there.
there's no place in Venice or Santa Monica or anything like that where it's just like venue,
A stage,
venue,
yeah.
venue, venue.
Or even
Let's-
like a good stage.
and in Echo Park they can do that. Echo Park
Where's a good stage in the West
Townhouse.
Side? Townhouse. I've never been
Townhouse is
there.
awesome, and it's right on Venice Beach.
But is it like a kind of like an Echo type vibe, like setup?
Oh,
or
there's
is
nothing
it-
like that.
There's nothing like that
on the West Side.
There's
no.
nothing. What do you have? You have downtown right down the street from the East Side too. Like so, you have Telegram there.
Terragram's awesome.
Yeah, you have
I love that place.
fucking.
Well, downtown's got plenty. It's got
Yeah.
bootlegs in Silver Lake, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's got the resident.
They have more.
It's
They
got-
have more bigger venues on the East Side. So like I think
Yeah.
more people gravitate there because it's just on like a different production scale.
Well, I think it was a mistake. Not a mistake, but so we used to do the West Side Revival stuff at Townhouse in Venice, which was awesome. And then it got moved to Harvell's because something didn't go well, even though they were well-attended shows. I don't know what happened, but Townhouse is sweet because it's got a bar upstairs, and then the basement is where the stage is, and it feels like a burlesque lounge. Feels like a speakeasy from the
Yeah.
20s, and it is one of LA's like oldest bars. It was a speakeasy during Prohibition. It's called the Del Monte Speakeasy,
Oh, word.
and the beach is literally right there. And then there's like 3-4 other bars like right around there. It's a really cool. I think that for the West Side is cool, but that's the thing. Exactly, you don't have like the opportunity to expand on the West Side
Not
because
much.
like where are you gonna go?
Yeah, not much.
You know, like versus if you're in Echo Park, you start at Rafa's or something.
But I don't know why it has
And
to
then
be
you
a
go to the
turf thing.
Satellite,
I don't understand.
and then you go to the
it.
Echo.
I don't know why it has to be a turf thing. You know, like I don't like any scene
Just
can
here's-
come to
here's-
another place. And
Here's
play
why it
if
has
it's
to be
good.
though.
If it's
because have you ever tried just trying to pop in on the East Side scene? Because we did for a while. We're a band who had a residency at the Satellite.
we never really
Yeah.
played down at the East Side that much.
You should, but
Oh,
like,
I want to.
but
but-
those people are cliquey and annoying.
Oh, I bet.
That's why it's a turf thing. It's
Yeah.
not because the West Siders decided. It's because the East Siders were like
No, that's my
Douchebags.
point. Why does it? I don't understand why it has to be like that.
douchebags.
Like,
We had
I've been
Devin,
to some parties with some topper tier bands and people in the industry. And
Yeah.
you're always gonna know they're in the industry because they say I'm in the industry, and I'm like, okay, which one? The metal fabrication industry?
you're
Like,
in what-
come on, dude.
What's your industry?
just sounds
then?
weird.
Well,
But
we have played
It's
with
always been kind of strange.
when I came to the Troubadour. I don't know if it was for you guys or another show. Can't remember. I think it was for Sloth Rust at the Troubadour. We have played with Devin from Ramon to Hammer like 3 times on the same stage. Like she sang with us. we have talked to the people from like Spare Parts and stuff, and these are like the bands who are getting like residencies at the Echo. And it's fine. It's fine music. Whatever. I'm not going to publicly shit on anybody, which means that privately I will. Like, but like, you know, whatever. There's nothing in particular about the music that is so compelling that you should be at the Echo while these other. So they start. We got a cold shoulder from a bunch of people because of the politics stuff, playing with the line, and I saw them. I saw the Spare Parts chick, the Ramona Hammer chick, and Johnny from Spare Parts as well, all of whom I know, and they just walked right past me at the Troubadour up in the like VIP section or whatever. I was just kind of like, yeah, the balcony.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was just kind of like, okay, like, and they haven't talked to us since. Like, we did a residency at the Satellite. We wanted them to play, and they just cold shouldered us. They didn't respond.
Oh, what about when they asked you the one band asked you to take your American flags down at your residency?
Oh, that was
that was crazy.
The stupidest thing ever, dude.
Like, we don't really want those American flags on the stage here in America. Can you please take those down? They're offensive.
Fuck you.
This isn't your show.
You know what? I actually I can't remember that dude's name right now, but he is.
It's not important what his name.
No, he's a good dude, and I like his music. But like, dude, give it a break.
Yeah.
Sorry, did we give you a stage at the Satellite?
Yeah. With a packed house.
Yeah. Like, do a lot of work for this.
Yeah.
If you don't want to play here, then don't.
It gets to a point where it becomes too seen. And good bands don't want to get involved in any sort of like, and like, I'm not saying you have to be involved in politics at all.
No, you don't.
But you don't have to take a stance publicly.
You don't.
And like, you can play with like other people.
That's why we didn't.
You know, if your music is good enough, it should surpass that whole scene and,
that's the idea.
And, like, image thing, right?
Well, also,
It's also annoying when people get overly political.
Well, that's what it is.
You know,
but our whole shtick is we're just playing with the imagery.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever heard us made a public statement?
No.
We've never made one.
Your lyrics aren't politically driven either.
Not at all.
People just assume because you name the song "Build the Wall."
Exactly.
They're like, "Oh shit, it's a MAGA band."
Deliberately provocative.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, we're intentionally fucking with you. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why would you think like we're serious?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen bands who aren't political come out and be like, we're donating money, like Ned in the Dirt. When they became Sorry Party, they came out and said, we're, donating money to the something for Alabama or Georgia when they passed those restrictive abortion laws, which is just like, dude, stop. You're hurting your own band's brand. You're cutting your own potential audience in half.
Yeah. Basically, we don't get involved with that shit.
Don't take stances on politics as a band. As people, do whatever you want.
Kaylee will write really like meaningful lyrics from like her perspective of what the world is, and it has a message, but it's not like it's more of an interpretive message.
Yeah.
And why get involved with politics as a band, like in private statements, or just even like it doesn't have to be a thing. Unless you're like trying to really make a change, you have a lot of money and power to do it, and then you get involved in like a cause. Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's like, just get the music out. Why? No one cares about your opinion.
Well, it's like, okay, so...
Seriously, like, even in this podcast, no one cares about your fucking opinion.
Oh, no, not
at the
all.
end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But...
unless you give them a reason to care.
Yeah, unless they look up to you to a point where you
Exactly.
matter.
Exactly.
And how do you do that? You make music that people love and they can connect to, and it makes them feel good. And then anything after that, when you already have them on your side, if someone asks, like, sure, if you're confident enough. But at a certain stage, you don't want, like you said, cut off fan base or just get involved in that shit that can be detrimental and down the line.
Well, it's like, so I guess the reason we became even remotely political is just because that's what I pay attention to.
Yeah.
I like to think of it as social or cultural, but like politics is a part of it. It's a big part of that. So that bleeds over into lyrics because I write from a stream of consciousness perspective. So it's not like I'm, explicitly trying to be political or anything. It's just that's what I pay attention to, and that's what comes out.
Yeah.
But in order to sell that as in the most non-political form possible in rock and roll, it's like, so what we did was just played with the line because the line is ridiculous right now. And the point isn't a political one. It's a social critique.
Yeah.
You people are afraid of this? Are you serious? You're not going to be able to recognize an actual threat when it shows up.
Well, it's easier to find... it's easier to be like...
They called their song Build the Wall.
Or just like... affected by smaller scale things than big ones that you don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can like explicitly be mad at the source when they see you do something or say something in your music or whatever, and be like, oh, I can correlate my actual anger to this because it's right there in my face. Because being mad at the whole other picture, that would be too exhausting. If you were really mad at shit that was going on, like you wouldn't be caring about some band in LA, like you'd be like, you know, actually like doing some good shit.
It's not even. It's not. It's like,
I don't know. People don't want to actually care about how to fix it. They just want to be mad that there is a problem.
Yes.
You know, like there's a problem that exists here. It's offending me, but I'm not going to do shit about it.
Well, and like, look, if you're playing,
unless try to like put other people down.
Like even you guys, like it's you can try to stay away from it all you want, but it's up to other people whether or not they want to take a problem with you.
Yeah.
And you have Kaylee is a sexy lady, and she broad. What should I call her? Madame? Sexy it.
Sexy it, yeah.
Female
I think that's
it.
how she identifies.
Oh,
I
okay,
think she
cool.
identifies as a half-eaten bag of Cool Ranch Doritos, but I'm not sure.
Oh, nice.
Anymore.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But I didn't ask her her pronoun, so I'm not sure. But you have, there's an element of sex in what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you're also getting loud. And so if you play at the wrong club, people can they'll get angry for a number of reasons, you know?
Anything, man.
So it's like, I kind of wonder if at some point, like, it's already kind of happening. Like art they're looking for any reason to get outraged. People are just looking for any reason to get outraged. And if they think like, why is she in a band with all guys?
Oh yeah.
You know, like they just take it
completely
completely the wrong way.
Democratic Socialist Convention in Atlanta.
No, I didn't.
You need to watch
that.
some YouTube videos on that. That shit was out of hand.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna get into it right now. But if you don't know, then watch it. We'll talk about it later. It's like it's something else. That's the most niche, eating itself alive liberal like thing right now. They're just eating each other alive.
That sounds awesome.
No one could get a word in because there's point of personal privilege. That's this, or don't use this, or
That
this. Like you have to watch it. It's crazy. And like, you know, I'm not a very conservative or liberal person. I really don't know what I am, but like that shit, I know I'm not. Like that shit.
Yeah, right.
So far from
I'm
that
not
shit.
that.
I mean, I can't even understand that shit to a certain point. Like,
Yeah.
and I can rationalize it.
Yeah.
If I try.
Oh man.
But it's just check it out. It's
That's
crazy.
hilarious.
And like it's just reinforcing how
I've been watching the debates, and honestly, I'm just like,
I have not.
Watch them, man. They're probably as entertaining as that crap.
Yeah.
It's just like nothing good.
Yeah.
Nothing
Biden.
good.
Did you hear what Biden said the other day?
Oh man.
He's like, poor kids and minorities are just as smart and capable as white kids.
Yeah.
And then he goes, and Japanese kids. And black kids. And
I did hear
Biden.
that.
Oh, put him in a home.
Yeah, but he's been that way. Honestly, watching the debates, like there's clips online of him just like stumbling and bumbling, and bumbling and stumbling.
yeah.
He just stumbles over his. He's not. If he's your front runner, you're fucked.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
You're fucked.
I mean, they should just throw Bernie up there and see what happens. 'Cause he has a lot more. I would vote for Bernie over fucking Biden any day.
He is.
Absolutely.
Bernie lost me. I'm off the Bernie train.
I understand. I just I don't like any of it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really don't know how I'm gonna vote. I think
I'm gonna wipe my butt on the voting sheet and just all right. That's what counts. All right, we got to wrap this stupid shit up. But
what time is the show, Kyle?
7:30. Well, doors open at 7:30, 8:30. There's no.
Oh wow.
Okay, what time you want to get there? We can like.
There's like a cool bar upstairs.
All right, we'll wrap it up really quick. I'm gonna ask you one last question because I asked Black Moth Super Rainbow
at the Ace Hotel.
It's a hell of a name.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I asked Connor the same question. 5 bands you can't live without. I don't really care how you want to qualify any of them, but 5 bands.
5 bands
that you can't live without.
Live without. Grateful Dead, Black Dahlia Murder, Iron Maiden.
Grateful Dead, and then the Black Dahlia Murder. That's
probably like
covering a pretty wide swath. And then who'd you say? Iron Maiden?
Yeah, I love Iron Maiden. They're fucking
Bruce
rad.
Dickinson is the shit.
They're rad, and they're like all their lyrics are just it's total nerd metal.
It's super nerd metal.
So good.
Yeah, just like Viking stuff.
Love it. Yeah, and Nico McBrain is fucking an amazing drummer.
Yeah, actually.
Steve
that's
Harris
true.
rips on bass.
Yeah.
They're so good, and their shows are. If you've ever seen them, Bruce is running on the stage with like a fucking 40-foot flag.
Yeah, he's
like,
ridiculous.
The most energy in this in the world, dude.
Yeah.
And like just the theatrics with it, I love it. Like that to me is corny, but I love it. Like
it's incredibly corny.
It's way more. It's way
They
better
also
than other shit.
they
Like,
don't hide from the corniness.
No, they
though.
don't. They fully submerge themselves in
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Like, you know, and they really changed my life. And Grateful Dead changed my life because it really gave me a different perspective when I stopped being like depressed and like, you know, sad as a kid. And like it was just offered me more love than metal was doing. And it was just a change.
What was
of
the other
pace,
one you had? You had
Black Dahlia Murder.
Black
That was
Dahlia
the
Murder.
second album I ever bought. The first one was MXPX, and I did not like it. It was for that song Responsibility.
XPX. I did
Right,
it for
yeah.
the AM radio.
Yeah. Well, I got
Responsibility.
I got a Black
What's
Dahlia
that?
Murder. I just like saw it. It looked cool, and I was fucking young, and like I got it and listened to the car with my dad, and he's just like, "What the hell
That
is
is
this?"
awesome.
Like Funeral Thirst, all of it is great.
Yeah, no, that's a
And-
brutal band.
Yeah, I fucking love them. I would go see them any day. Another band that I probably couldn't really live without would be I don't know. It's a hard one when like
I
you
know.
start actually thinking about it. I'm just thinking about like what I listen to on the reg. Like, there's a band Papadozio that like really fucking
Find Your Cloud.
them and SCS9, Sound Tribe Sector 9.
Oh, please pick STS9 over Papadozzi.
Well, yeah, no, I do.
All right.
But Papadozzi is still great. Like, then I didn't like them at first, but then I started listening to them, and then
Yeah.
I met them as people, and I was like, oh, this band's wonderful. You know, they're really good, like really good people, and their music's amazing. It's just fun, and it's really like
Papadozzi is very
yeah.
jam.
But it's SCS9.
jammy.
That's another one like that. I
Okay.
really couldn't. I listened to them all. The
Yeah,
fucking
one
time.
more slot. You got Grateful Dead, STS9, Black Dahlia Murder, and Iron Maiden.
And Iron Maiden. Yeah. Okay. The last one would be. Oh man. I don't know, man. It's hard.
One more.
I'm trying to think.
Whenever people say they're trying to think, I'm like, no,
No, I'm
that's
thinking.
That's what thinking
Yeah,
is.
I'm
Thinking is trying to think.
All right. Let's see here. It's hard to just pick one of them. Fuck.
Neil Diamond,
No. No.
Jimmy Buffett,
Nope. Oh, Steel Panther.
Steel Panther. All right, huh?
No, just kidding.
Good answer.
Oh man, I wanna like pick one. You know. Let's go with.
Jane's Addiction.
I don't like them that much. to
Dave
be
Navarro's
honest
the
with
shit.
you. He's all right. Yeah.
Perry Farrell's got a high voice.
Man, I don't know. I'm gonna have to get back. It's hard to pick. It's
Bob
like-
Dylan.
No, what's coming to my head right now is the Mars Volta, but I've only
Mars
gotten
Volta.
into them in the past like 3 years. But
All right.
like their album, The Last Incubatorium, is like one of my all-time favorite pieces of music.
Grateful Dead, Mars Volta, Iron Maiden, STS9, and then who was the last one? Black Dahlia
Black
Murder.
Dahlia Murder.
That's a pretty brutal fucking top five.
Yeah, well, that's where I come from, dude.
That's awesome.
Like, I listen to anything, and like, because you said bands, there's other producers and stuff of music that I wouldn't like. I really love. And shit
Right.
Like that.
Oh no, you could do any artist
Okay,
or
well,
whatever.
whatever.
Who
I'm just
cares?
going from like a live music stance on like being a live music.
Yeah,
musician,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Connor didn't know
People
how to
with
answer the
drums.
question. So people with drums.
Yeah, people with
Anybody
drums.
with drums.
Yeah. Like,
Just drums, really.
it's like take them all out. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I picked right now. So
Drums are fun.
it's really hard for me to ever pick a favorite thing. Like when people are like, "Oh, that's my favorite."
Favorite kind of pizza?
Favorite kind of pizza?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. All of it.
No, that's not an
I like
answer.
brick oven pizzas.
Brick oven
Yeah.
pizzas.
Yeah, I like brick oven. Those
right.
are the best. They're all flaky and like burnt. And
Black Dahlia Murder and brick oven pizzas.
the brick oven murder.
The brick oven pizza murder, yeah. All right, well.
Let's go fucking watch music.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is going to be a long night.
See you later.
All right. Ian LeBlanc,
Have a
laced
good
in
one.
blue. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't done yet.
Oh, nice. Oh, not.
Why not? Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it's vodka.
Oh, it's clear.
Fuck.
It's clear.
This is absolutely disgusting, right?
Fucking. Oh, god damn it.
At least it's cold.
Yeah, that's true. Kyle.
You guys meant to record, right? I thought about just going up just hitting.
Oh, shit. We didn't hit record this whole time.